The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's April 13th. It's 5:30. How the heck are you, Steph?
Well, I am great. And I think that you start your day great every morning with a treat.
Hold on. It's 5:30, Steph. That's a raise for us.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry.
How dare you gloss over the fact that we're getting paid more because we started right on time.
Well, I have some good news for you. I've come up with a new treat, but you might get it for free, so you could really keep that raise, put it in a savings account.
Yes, we love that. What is this?
It's a rum and butter chocolate bar.
I'm listening.
Okay, so you know how you have a cookie every morning?
Correct.
You could really elevate this snack. Canadian Candy Nostalgia has come out and said they have 133,000 of these chocolate bars to get rid of before June.
To get rid of?
Yeah. So basically,
What do you mean get rid? Like sell or what? Sell or get rid of?
It seems get rid of. She seems very happy to, if you could find a way to get rid of all 133,000 of them, she might just give them to you.
Send her an email.
Yeah.
Figure something out. Get her on the show.
Let her know. Say, I usually have a cookie, but I would be happy to have a rum and butter bar. And perhaps you might be happy to mention how delicious it is every morning.
That's
so
right.
That you could help her get rid of maybe some of the ones you can't seem to eat over the next 10 years, you know?
Absolutely. Cookie and a rum and butter bar.
Why not? Yeah, so this lady, hilariously, she's like a candy seller, and she brought in Cuban lunches, which was her mom's favorite chocolate bar.
Yeah, nostalgia with those.
Yeah, and so then
I had a 50-year-old tell me once that she missed those.
Cuban lunch, to me it sounds like a sandwich. I don't know if I would trust a chocolate bar called a Cuban lunch.
She was
Anyway.
very adamant that they were big back in the day.
Well, she brought these back to Canada, sold out of them, and then somebody suggested, you know what I miss from my childhood? Rum and butter bars. And she's like, I'll bring those back too. Well, pandemic delays and everything, she put in this big order, and what ended up happening was where it was supposed to be staggered, the chocolate bars all arrived at once.
Ooh.
And now she's coming up with ideas. And she's like, okay, I could donate them to food banks. And the food banks are like, we'll take 20,000, but not 133,000. So, Sean, how many can we sign you up for? Can I send her an email, let her know?
I'll send the email. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
You'll have to take on a little burden here, too, because I know how much you love a good chocolate bar.
True. All right. So, double the order then.
Yeah. Council the other night approved of a land sale up in northern Parsons Creek. So potentially over the next 10 years, we could see some development happen over there, Steph.
Woo. Isn't it crazy to think like in 10 years we might get this stuff? It just takes so long.
Yeah, I think I remember them saying something about 3 years, ground will break or this something. And so potentially like maybe fully complete in 10 years, but like we could start seeing something in 3 years, 4 years type of thing. So it's got my mind spinning over here. How would you like to do a strip mall draft?
Okay.
And what I mean by that is we're hypothetically investing in this land now, okay?
All right.
On one side of this Parsons Creek development, you have a strip mall with good for 4 places, okay? We'll say.
Okay.
And I'm like, heck no, I also want some land. So I have a rival strip mall on the other side of the land, good for 4 places. Once we draft something, it's off the board. You can't put that in your strip mall, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll leave it to the listeners to see who has the better strip mall.
I am ready. I've got some ideas already. Yep.
Okay, let's take a song. Let's brainstorm some ideas. We'll come back. It is the official strip mall draft. Time for the strip mall draft. Potentially some new stores coming to North Parsons Creek in the next 10 years. So, Steph, we're hypothetical buyers in this situation. We both have rival strip malls, 4 stores each. The draft, once you take something, the other person can't get it. We did rock, paper, scissors off the air. I won that bad boy. Love it. So I get first overall pick here, okay?
Okay, I still think my options will stand even with second choice.
All right. I think the number one thing Parsons Creek needs in the northern area up there, they need a gas station. They need a corner store. Okay?
Gas station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they have to drive like 7-10 minutes just to get gas.
I didn't even think about that. I was trying to think out of the box stores.
Yeah. So this is going to be on one of my corner spots, and I'm putting a gas station corner store. That's my first overall pick.
Okay. My first overall pick is going to go in the middle.
Ooh.
And it's the Bulk Barn.
Wow. That's a great choice. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bulk Barn.
Candy.
Off
you can
the
get all
board.
your baking needs.
Yep. Okay, so you filled the middle one. That's bizarre. So I'm going to fill my other end here. So I have 2 middle ones left. So on my corners, I have a gas station corner store. And then on my other end, I have a Starbucks with a drive-through.
Okay.
And so those are my top 2. Starbucks drive-through, always just 17 cars deep. I am thriving right here. My gas station is going to be filled. My Starbucks is just going to be bonkers. I better have a big parking lot.
Okay. Very interesting, because I am putting a mom and pop bakery in my other middle spot.
Oh, wow. See, I wanted my corners filled up and you wanted your middles filled up.
I want my middles filled up. I want to put great things where people want to appointment shop there. They want to come and get, oh, I'm making a cake this weekend. I need these bulk items. Oh, I want a delicious donut.
I did have a mom and pop bakery on here, so I'm going to cross that off.
Yep,
I can't draft that anymore. Okay, one of my middle ones is going to be a liquor store, because that's an essential for a strip mall. It is. It's essential. People don't want to travel to go buy the beers.
I feel like you went really easy here. I feel like this strip mall already exists. It's just over in the Eagle Ridge Commons.
Yeah.
Not trying to be a jerk here, Sean, but where's your creativity?
It's the reason why it gets duplicated is because people need it.
Okay.
And people are going to need my strip mall. And so it's going to be not like a cookie cutter one, but more so the one downtown Sobeys-ish, the one that has a good beer selection. Okay? Okay. Is it catered towards me a little bit? Yes. I don't care. It's my strip mall.
All right. One of my corners, I'm going to have a Qdoba.
Oh.
Yeah, like a Mexican restaurant. You can sit down, delicious cheese, or you can drive through. Give me that Qdoba.
Yep, that's on mine. I'll cross that off as well. Okay, next on my list, I got to see, where am I at now? I had a ranking of like the things I wanted to draft. Yeah, so I have Starbucks, I have gas, I have a liquor store. The last thing I need for more diversity within all this, how about one of those nail spa places? Those are always filled up. Always people going in and out. Maybe a Tweeties of some sort, that type of thing. We're plotting that in the middle as well. So I have a little spa place. There we go.
Okay. All right. So Sean picked things that we already have. And I'm trying to cater to
something new.
Yeah, bring more people into Parsons Creek. And I am here for the Arby's lovers in town. So that is on the other corner, a drive-through as well.
Wow.
Those roast beef sandwiches that everybody likes. Some people stop in Edmonton, call their friends. I'm stopping at Arby's as my last thing on the way out of town. What 4-hour-old order do you want?
Right.
And bring it up here. So Arby's it is.
All right. So you got the new creative style of strip mall, and I have the, if you don't want to drive 10 minutes for the essentials strip mall.
Yes. Okay. So one more time, what are your top 4?
We're breaking down. Okay. So on the corner, I have a gas station corner store. In the middle, I have a spa, nails, that type of thing. Beside that, liquor store, good beer selection. Craft beer. And then we have on the other side a Starbucks drive-thru.
Okay, my top 4 on the corner, Arby's. In the middle, Bulk Barn and a mom and pop bakery. On the other corner, Qdoba, delicious Mexican.
You're a food court over there.
I am.
You're a
all
food
the
court.
best things. You'll be like, I can't possibly choose between this fresh baked donut or this great queso.
Yeah. All right. Send your votes in 780-791-1037. Who has the better strip mall? Let us know.
Good news, Sean. I've learned another new term.
All right. This is like a daily thing now. Bring it on. Expand my vocabulary.
No, people are just coming up with new words all the time. Bleisure.
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 Bleisure. Bleisure. Bougie leisure wear.
Bougie leisure wear.
Yeah, so kind of like, this is like tailored towards me for sure. This is why you thought of me for this. 100%. This is like the active wear that I love to wear. Just like the joggers, the stylish sweatpants, the hoodies, the sweaters, the crew necks.
Right, so we already
Bougie
had
leisure wear.
athleisure, which is, I would describe as your style, but now you'd like it to be bougie leisure.
Maybe this is
instead.
like designer, kind of like bleisure. That's my guess.
Okay, no.
Level up your lexicon.
Bleisure is the new hot button term to describe President Joe Biden's trip to Ireland.
So it has a one-time thing.
No, this is what he's doing on his trip is bleisure, business and leisure together. So he stopped in, chatted about the Good Friday 30-year anniversary. He's visiting some towns, and then he's Irish. So since he's over there anyway, he's going to take some leisure time and go visit the cities that his family is from. So he's taking a bleisure trip. Business and leisure in one.
Okay, there we go. So taking a vacation because work brought you there.
Yeah, so kind of like, hey, my work is paying for my flights anyway, but maybe they could pay for the flight 3 days later than the conference, you know?
Yeah, take some vacation days added on to the work trip and just extend it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm all for bleisure.
There we go.
Please, can I get a bleisure trip?
I like it. But can we get that bougie leisure wear as well? That's what I'm talking about.
We got to come up with a new word for that, Sean. Bleisure's taken.
Algorithms are forever changing on social media stuff. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. You make a post. You did it last month. It got engagement. Everything was fun. You did the same style of post a month later. 2 people noticed it, type of thing.
Yeah, it's like, how do you ever keep up with this stuff?
And so apparently Instagram reached out to some content creators on the app and be like, hey, this is kind of how we want to do things moving forward. So just a heads up, if you notice some changes, this is why. So someone created just a video. They created content saying this is what you have to do moving forward.
Very nice of them. All right, what's the instructions? How do we get on board with this?
Okay, so Instagram hates external editing programs. So CapCut, TikTok, the likes of those, they want you to edit within the app. The algorithm can now kind of predict, like, if you edited within the app, the whole video within the app, captions, cut scenes, this, that, the other, or if you use an external editing program.
Okay, so no more Canva. They want you to do it in there.
A little bit like that. The watermark. Definitely don't put the watermark of other apps on your videos. It will, like, send it nowhere.
How do you get the watermark off the TikTok video who has a far better editing process options than Instagram does? Then you download it and TikTok's like, well, do you want my logo up here or down here? Because it's coming with it.
Apparently there's a third-party app that you can use outside of TikTok to download it and it'll remove the watermark, but that's just like a 4th app you need to use just to get it on Instagram. They want you to post every day. I guess the old algorithm was like, give it every 2 or 3 days, do a main post on your wall. But they said stories is kind of where it's at, around 5 stories, give or take a day. But post every day and then 5 stories.
Wow.
Sounds exhausting.
This is exactly what I was going to say. That is a full-time job. Obviously, that's why we have influencers and content creators who say that's their full-time job, because 5 stories and a post would take me all day to find something to do to post about.
Right. Wild. Absolutely wild. Full vertical is the hot trend, 9:16. Don't do like landscape or any of that. 9:16.
Landscape is over. See you by horizontals.
Yeah. Hashtags, not really as important anymore.
Right.
Closed caption and the captions on the video are what's important. If you do hashtags, keep it less than like 5, around 3. They say it could be spammy. And it's just bots posting lots of hashtags.
I'm okay with that. Hashtags take so long to type, and then you're like, oh, I spelled that wrong.
Right? Yeah, and they want you to direct the closed captioning and the captioning you do on the screen at user, so you can find out more about this, or things not like things you can do to have fun. Things you can do to have fun. That type of thing. Direct it right at the listener.
Very
type
radio
of thing.
school instructions.
For real. And then just engage with all the comments that come through. And you'll be fine. So do all that and you'll be fine.
So easy. No big deal.
Yeah, no wonder it's a full-time job now.
Hey, Sean, if we lived in Washington, D.C., we could be casted for Love is Blind.
We?
No,
You're going on the show too?
No, absolutely not. I would never. Even if I didn't have a wonderful husband of 9 years, I would not go on this show. Would you?
I'd give a run if it was available for me. I don't know. Yeah.
This is like my worst nightmare, is like, you know, sitting somewhere talking very candidly to somebody, being very honest about every last little detail of your life to get engaged with them. So you're telling them everything. And then you have to wait 2 years for the show to come out, and you have to overthink everything you said for 2 years, waiting to see what they edited to make you look
right.
out to lunch.
I love how they're just pumping out seasons here. Like, this is the one show that stuck during the panty, and it's just taking off, and it is blowing up like just crazy right here. And they don't even wait. Like, they don't even let it breathe. They're just like, we need another season. We need to capitalize on how hot it is right now, and we need to start filming and then put it out in 6 months.
Yeah, and I think that's the interesting thing, is that they're not just casting for people in Washington, D.C., but they're also doing it for Denver, Colorado.
Wow.
And for Minneapolis, St. Paul, yeah.
Holy, they're going to have it's multiplying faster than Survivor right now. Like, Like, we're going to be on season 10 next year. The rate that it sounds, if they do like one season per like DC and then another season for Minnie and Denver, holy moly.
Well, if you think about it, they only need 2 weeks and then the pods are empty again. 2 weeks, the pods are empty again. And then half the team goes and films them in whatever resort town they go to. And that, like they could really just go to every big city in the U.S. and
That
they
is
would
so
be
true.
all set just on a rotating thing. We could get Love is Blind every month.
That's right. It's not like it takes 3 months to film. It takes a month.
Yeah. I absolutely would never do this, but I want people to sign up. And they're saying that they're having a hard time getting people to sign up to go to the DC one.
Yeah.
And basically that they're now reaching out to people over LinkedIn being like, would you like to come on to this show? Please come to our casting call. But people are saying, no, everybody's too afraid. They're like,
Careers. It's such a career-driven city.
exactly. They don't want to take time off from their career. They've worked so hard to get to work in DC. They also don't want to ruin their security clearance if all of a
Right.
sudden they're just the most recognizable face ever on a reality
Yeah.
television show. And then as well, if you live in Washington, D.C., chances are you might decide to run for office later. And you certainly wouldn't want people to search your name and be like, wow, I saw that they really liked I Hope You Dance, the song. I was watching a Blu-ray last night and discovered a problem I forgot existed.
You watched a Blu-ray?
I know. I still have one of those Blu-ray players.
Yeah, a lot of problems probably. The thing's outdated.
I also have a VCR, Sean. Do we want to talk about that? No. So I'm watching this Blu-ray and we're about 15 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just gets stuck and it doesn't do anything. It's just paused. And I looked over at my husband. I was like, what are you, do you have something to say? What's going on? He's like, I didn't do that.
What do you mean?
I thought he paused the movie. I thought he had...
I'd be like, sir, fix the TV. Do you have something to say for yourself that you're not doing anything right now?
No, I meant what's up? Why'd you pause it?
Okay.
And he was like, I didn't do that. So then we tried to, skip over that part. Maybe you can just skip over the scene and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
But no, nothing would work. Take it out, blow on it, put it back in.
The
I know,
disc?
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
there's a piece of dust on there.
Yep.
I know it's not a Nintendo,
Yep.
but whatever.
Yep.
Anyway, and then still, it is literally just getting stuck at this one spot. And then when you go to skip past it, it takes you to the very last scene of the movie. And I was like, we're only 15 minutes in.
Spoiler alert.
I know. And we even did, you can wash it with dish soap and
Yeah.
try and kind of fill the soap into the hole in it.
Right.
But there was no visible scratches on this thing. And so we ended up having to be illegal pirates and download the movie to watch it.
I can't believe you're admitting this out loud for
know.
everyone to hear.
I know. I'm so sorry. It
You
wasn't me, it
illegal
was my
pirate
husband.
over there.
Where's my eye patch? Starboard for me. Walk the plank. But anyway, I just was like, for all the things of paying subscriptions for streaming services and stuff.
Yeah, could you not find this film on any of the services?
Well, it is on a service that I don't have.
Oh, okay. So the whole seeing who has the Blu-ray to try and watch it for free.
Exactly.
All
And
right.
trying to watch it legally. I'm watching it on a Blu-ray. I have one of those players. No big deal. Failed, foiled, curses.
One of my favorite seasons is right around the corner, Steph.
Yeah?
And just so happens to be patio season.
Oh, I was like, everybody's favorite season is summer, Sean. You're not unique. Patio season, though.
Patio season. I can kind of slowly see some places, some restaurants, this, that, and the other, getting ready for patio season. Not so much because I think everyone's a little hesitant. This time last year, we had a massive snow dump.
Yep.
Knocking on wood.
Thank
How the
you.
heck are you? So, when I walk by the brew house over here, or maybe Earl's downtown, they still have stuff covered. But I can kind of see a little bit of the prep going into it. And I'm a sucker for just sitting in the sun, having a beverage, and taking it all in.
Oh, it is so good. And I always try to convince my husband to sit on our patio, at home.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't like it. The bugs are out. You think your food gets too cold too fast. And I was like, don't remind me. Let's just go try it. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
yeah.
This is going to be fun.
But then when you go to somewhere else's patio, maybe the banquet or something, they got the heat lamp. They got all the anti-bug things going.
And the fire
Everything's
pit in the
taken care for
middle.
you. You get served. It's just see, the patio season's just like the life.
I'm here for it, Sean. It might be my favorite season now, too.
Yeah. So now we're just going to speak it into existence, and then hopefully next week we get our first one. Earlier this morning, Steph, we did a strip mall draft because Parsons Creek over the next 10 years could potentially be getting some new stores. That's all the buzz. It happened at council Tuesday night. And so you and I took it upon ourselves to build strip malls. How do you feel about yours?
I feel very confident in mine. We got to pick 4 stores that we put in, and I went with brand new, what this city needs. What can we put in here that would be like, I want to come to Parsons Creek and spend my money there.
I'll admit it, you're getting more votes right now for the better strip mall, but I don't think people realize where I'm coming from with this, because I went for the convenience factor. I want to know, everyone that's voting, I want to know where you live. First of all, what part of the neighborhood do you live in? I've lived in Parsons Creek, okay? There's nothing there. You have to literally travel for everything, okay? So I went for the convenience. A gas station, you have to drive 7+ minutes just to fill up with gas in Parsons Creek. Everywhere else you live, you can kind of go 2 minutes, 1 minute. Like, you can find a gas station within reach.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you usually leave your house just to fill up your car?
Well, on the way home type of thing. Like, it's just nice to have it right there.
Oh, okay. Like, I can see where you're going for the convenience, but I just feel like you're not driving 7 minutes just to fill up your car. You're driving 7 minutes on your way to your 20-minute drive to somewhere else. And
then people are like, oh, yeah, Starbucks. We have Starbucks here. I'm like, okay, picture where this is, okay? We are right on that, like, abandoned street light in Parsons Creek where that land is. That highway leads out to site. That drive-through is going to be non-stop packed when people are going to work. Instead of driving into town to get your coffee, your snacks, you hit up that corner, that drive-through, and then boom, you're already on the north side of town. You're leaving, you're going north.
Okay. Yeah, I do feel like you kind of made a complex that already exists in Fort McMurray, just doesn't exist in Parsons Creek.
And there's a reason why it's sticking around too, because it works. So I'm thinking on the business side of things, okay? I'm thinking on, like, revenue for the long-term, retire early.
Okay, and I'm thinking on the bulk barn, we need one. It would be so great to get almond flour, just the cup of it that you need. Mom and Pop Bakery, yes, please, give me all the homemade donuts and cinnamon buns.
I like that.
Qdoba, all the queso.
I also like that.
I want. And then Arby's. I don't really care about Arby's. It's not my appointment place, but I know that tons of people stop in Edmonton on their way out and get Arby's for the ride home.
Yeah. So if you want the new stuff, and see, the thing about this that I'm curious about too, you have a lot of new things here, but it's like the Zellers fad right now. Everyone's, Zellers. But that's going to fade in like 6 months.
I don't think these are trending places. I think they're places that we don't have. I don't think they're like trendy Zellers used to be in the 90s. I think they're like, oh my gosh, I would love it if I could choose to get one handful of M&Ms.
And the other thing I'm curious about is we have stuff like Gregoire has like restaurants and stuff people don't know about. And they're like, oh, I didn't know about that. It's like, how willing are people to travel here? Because the buy and sell type of thing where it's like, oh, you live in Gregoire? Okay, I don't actually want to drive that far. See, this is where the convenience factor comes into mind, where you're not willing to do the 10, 20-minute drive. You're willing to do the 5-minute drive, the 2-minute drive. So that's where I'm coming with my strip mall.
Okay, valid. I do live in Gregoire and experience the buy and sell not coming because you're in Gregoire experience. However, me as a person who lives in Gregoire and works in Stone Creek, I would absolutely shop at Bulk Barn every week.
Okay.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.